Why do we crave closeness but panic when it actually shows up? Hey, I'm Alex, and welcome back to This Is Fine, a Millennial Diary. Before we jump in, do the thing. Hit follow or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. And if you want to be part of the community in a bigger way, check out alexiscardoza.com. All the links to the YouTube channel, socials, and more are in there. We're building something real here, and you're a big part of it. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about that weird in-between space where you want love, you really do, but when someone gets too close, your heart races, your walls shoot up, you start to emotionally run. That's the space we're unpacking today. The fear of intimacy and, well, the desire for connection. So many of us say we want deep connection, real love, real partnership, emotional intimacy. But when it shows up, we flinch, we withdraw, we find reasons to ghost or sabotage. Because closeness doesn't just invite love, it also invites and opens the door to pain, to rejection, to being seen. And being seen, really seen, can feel like standing naked under a spotlight, hoping the other person doesn't flinch. It's terrifying. And if you grew up in an environment where vulnerability wasn't safe, then yeah, intimacy doesn't feel safe either. Look, we all have our ways of self-protecting when love gets too real. Maybe you pull away when someone gets too close. Keep relationships surface level so no one sees the mess. Stay busy or distracted so maybe you never have to sit with your own feelings. Or maybe you're the opposite. You cling, you overshare, you move too fast because staying close feels like survival. Either way, it's fear, just wearing different outfits. Here's the thing no one told us growing up, though. Real intimacy isn't about sex or sharing secrets. It's about safety. It's about trust. It's about being able to say, here's who I really am, and not having to hide the parts you're still working on. It's about letting someone close without losing yourself. And that takes work. It takes boundaries, communication, emotional regulation. All things many of us are still learning as adults. Let's bring in the generational lens, though. Millennials, we were raised with romantic comedies that glorified grand gestures, but skipped right over emotional maturity. We were taught that love was about drama, passion, and chasing, not about communication, nervous system safety, health, or therapy. So now many of us are unlearning all of that. We're trying to figure out how to be open without falling apart. Now, Gen Z, on the other hand, grew up with language. They talk about boundaries, trauma, avoidant versus anxious attachment. They're fluent in feelings, but even they struggle with intimacy because no matter how much vocabulary you have, intimacy isn't theoretical, it's lived. And living, well, that's still scary. So how do we move through that fear? We start by being honest with ourselves first. We ask, what am I afraid will happen if someone sees the real me? We practice letting people in slowly with intention. We stop mistaking emotional chaos for chemistry. We build safety. We build friendship. We breathe through the discomfort of being fully known. And over time, our nervous system stops bracing and starts trusting. So let's answer it. Why do we crave closeness but panic when it actually shows up? Well, because closeness asks us to be vulnerable, and vulnerability has to be learned. But there's good news. You can learn it. You can grow into it. And that is great to know. Next time, it's not you, it's my attachment style. Yeah, we're going all the way in on labels, the patterns, and the ways we show up or shut down in relationships. Once again, I ask for you to head over to alexiscardoza.com to follow, subscribe, and catch up on everything else that I'm doing. Hey, let yourself be seen, let yourself be held, and this is fine.
Goodbye.